Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome into day 3 of the SMITE 2 Founder Series Championship. In just a little bit, we're going to have grand finals with Team Risk versus 5Ms, but it wouldn't be a SMITE esports event if we didn't take some time to get the Titan Forge team together to talk about a lot of cool stuff that's headed to SMITE 2 a little bit down the line later this year. I've got some new and familiar faces joining me. PonPon is here. Travis is here, and we've got a face that the community may not recognize. We have India, who is a systems designer on the Titan Forge team, joining us as well to talk about a really new system headed to SMITE 2 and just a couple of updates. Before we get everything going, how's everyone doing this morning?
Super good. It's been a good time here. It's been really cool to see the crowd energy, and I'm just amped that things are going so well.
It's awesome. How about you, India?
So much fun. This SWC event has been amazing. I love it.
Awesome.
I think that trailer got me hyped, like Aladdin.
I want to go play it now.
Game. I haven't seen. I
haven't seen him at all.
Maybe we get to see
right?
him today.
Yeah.
I've been super dismayed every single time it's been banned. I've been up there just like slowly sinking in my chair, like.
We got to see him at least one time this week.
Please,
He's so cool. He's
awesome.
so cool.
Sweet. Well, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today, so let's go ahead and get into it. Of course, we went free to play last week, had a lot of gods join the battleground, and the first thing that we're going to be talking about today is an all-new ported god joining the battleground soon. We've got Cabrakan, the next god coming in OB1. Let's go ahead and talk about him. Super excited for Cabrakan to join the battleground, right, Pon?
Yeah, super excited. He's known as Fat Loki.
Yes.
The kind of bursty guardian everyone loves, and he's got a few new things coming to him that are going to be a mix of nice quality of life improvements and just extra utility that he hasn't had.
Exactly. Well, I heard we are ready to go in game and start talking about Cabrakan. He's got some really cool +1s, as Pon alluded to. So we're going to kind of go through those a little quickly and talk about Cabrakan in SMITE 2. And there he is, Fat Loki himself, looking really slick.
Yep, looking really good. So the first thing, which might be hard to actually showcase on stream, is the fact that his Shadow Zone, his passive, actually has a new feature. It deals increased damage to enemies that damage you or nearby allies. So it's not just this mitigation aura. It actually punishes people for engaging into people who are nearby Cabrakan, really amping up that Shadow Zone's potential. The second major thing, which is probably the biggest feature people will immediately know, is his Refraction Shield as a new feature. So if you're familiar with it, it can either deal damage or stun in SMITE 1. But you have to kind of wait to get your amount of stacks that you need to have access to your stun. In SMITE 2, now those are two separate abilities. So you can see there it actually swapped and turned purple. You can use Enhanced Refraction Shield, and then you'll have the cooldown of your regular one ready to go. So you don't actually have to make the choice anymore. You can choose that to wait to clear the wave, and then you get enough stacks to get access to the Enhanced Refraction Shield. You can get that stun as you need. Are you gonna live?
Oh, not even close. So yeah, these two abilities are on separate cooldowns, right, Pon? So you can use them back to back. You get those 5 stacks on your passive. You have access to that new Enhanced Refraction Shield, and then regular Refraction Shield is also up. You can use that right back to back.
Yep, absolutely. And that's not all. We also have Tremors. So Tremors has a new feature, which is a refire. So this is the ability that you channel, take a lot of mana, trembles people around. But if you choose to refire it now, it actually does a big burst of damage and cripples targets who are in the area. So this gives you an access to, you can quickly burn it, and it gives a longer cooldown if you choose to do that, but that gives you extra teamfight utility that he just hasn't had before.
Yeah, this is really cool, and shout out to Lermy who's driving and showing off everything in game for us today. As you can tell, with both the Enhanced Refraction Shield and the refire of the Tremors, we really wanted to play into the purple emerald on the shield. So you've got those really nice purple VFX when you use Enhanced Refraction Shield or the refire on Tremors.
Yep, and the last feature that we have for him, it's a nice quality of life improvement for him. Similar to all the other characters we've done where they have this deployable that's kind of this wall, you can now refire to bring that down. So a lot of times you might pop it up and it actually is disrupting a team fight, and you're now free to able to just refire it and get it to actually go down on its own. So just a lot of nice quality of life improvements that we've found that, like, as we've worked on characters and poured them over, these are just consistent things you want to keep doing to make sure characters feel good. There's a kind of sense of connectivity between, like, when you go for different characters, you know that you can always bring these down. So just a nice improvement for him. Getting access to some of the extra utility of the 3, the 2 refire, and this ability to bring the wall down lets you control the fight a lot more directly. And of course, you have the same burst that you're totally used to with the running down the lane once, spamming it.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We got to show it off. There we go. Yeah. That's what I want to see.
The chasing someone for 5 seconds only to just keep missing definitely doesn't happen to me. But.
Yeah, it's so cool. We got Cabrakan coming in OB1. For people who have been in game on that God screen, you may have a little bit of an idea on when Cabrakan is headed into Smite 2. We're so excited for him to join the battleground.
Yeah, very amped.
Definitely looking forward to seeing some fat Loki plays with Cabrakan in Smite 2 in just a little bit. All right. Well, that was the first God we're going to talk about today. We're going to take a little bit of a segue and talk about a brand new system that is coming to Smite 2. We know we've gotten a lot of players asking questions about, hey, when can I start unlocking some cool cosmetics? When can I start playing the game and grinding to get some skins and account cosmetics and stuff like that? Well, we are super excited to talk about today a brand new system called the Wandering Market. And India, I'm going to throw it to you. Tell me a little bit about what the Wandering Market is in Smite 2.
Yeah, so we're really excited about it. The Wandering Market is our new progression system that will allow players to unlock their own cosmetics, and we wanted to give a lot of player agency, right? So you will be able to unlock rewards that you want, right? So we will have the ability to get progression XP, Wandering XP, by playing games and doing daily quests. We also will then have collections that will probably roll out about every 4 patches, about 8 weeks. And those will have these 4 pages. One will be free for all players, and you'll be able to access this at any time. And then 3 pages are premium, and they will have even more rewards to choose from.
Yeah. It's super cool. So the TLDR, the Wandering Market, it's a new rotating storefront with cosmetics that you can unlock just by playing the game. It's super sick. There's access to free players, 1 page via each collection. But then if you want to purchase it, you get access to 3 more pages with even more content. So India, let's talk a little bit about how the system works. Talk to me about how you get XP towards the Wandering Market.
Yeah, so we wanted to reward players just for playing the game, right? So in Smite 2, when you play matches, you'll be getting Wandering Market XP. And when you complete daily quests, you will also be getting Wandering Market XP. As you level up your Wandering Market levels, you'll be given coins. And these coins are used to unlock the rewards in each of these collections.
Yeah, it's awesome. And you get these coins, like you said earlier, you can use the coins to unlock the rewards of your choice. You're not locked into a specific track. It's really a flexible system for players to be able to go in and buy really cool things with coins that they earn just by playing the game. They're going to be collections every few patches, and they're going to be themed, so you can expect all sorts of different kinds of cosmetics to match the flavor that you want to rep in game, right?
Yeah, and we'll get into what this first collection is going to have, but I also really wanted to emphasize that we wanted this to be something that you could come back to and really explore and not feel like you were tied to it, just for each patch. These collections will be available, and you can choose which ones that you want to actually progress on. So you'll be able to have a myriad of collectibles that you can unlock over time.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So if in like the first collection, I like most of the stuff on the track, but there's a few things I just don't really want to get, I can have my coins, and then the next collection comes out, I can choose to use them there.
Yes, exactly. It's
Awesome.
really cool. You earn your coins, you can use them on the current collection, but if you don't like anything in the current collection, you can save those coins for the next collection to pick up something that might be more to your liking.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So, all right, so let's talk about a little bit about how players are able to save the coins. Everyone progresses at the same rate, right, India?
Yeah, so we wanted this to be accessible for all players, right? So free and premium players earn XP at the same exact rate.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then one more thing that I want to call out, but I know you mentioned, but I want to make it really clear that the collections have no set end date currently, right? As collections release, they're going to stay in the store for as long as we can do them, pending any UI limitations that we'll address going forward. But the idea is that there's no fear of missing out for when a collection is there and you feel like you have to play the game and grind out and get the rewards. They're going to be available for as long as you're playing the game. And if you want to save your coins and spend on a collection now, you can do that. If you want to save your coins for later and come back to a collection, that's more than welcome as well.
Yeah, we really wanted players to feel like they could access this at any time, and really we are rewarding you for just playing, right? Like we really wanted you to enjoy the game and not feel that pressure, that daily grind pressure, We wanted to reward players who do that, but also make it so that it's accessible for players who can't do that.
All right, well, we talked a little bit about the system works, but shall we talk about some of the cool stuff that people can earn via the Wandering Market, right?
I see the notes here. I want to go over them.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Pon, do you want to talk over, of course, there are going to be skins in the Wandering Market that players can earn. Pon, do you want to give us the first skin in the list that we're going to talk about today?
Let's go. So the first one is Lichborn Mordred.
It's super sick.
Players
Look at that.
A little bit of a sneak peek. He was active just for a little bit in game. Players were like, how do I get this skin? Or we're super excited to talk about how people can now finally earn Lichborn Mordred in game. But as we were talking about, these collections, they have different themes. So let's talk about the next skin that's kind of vastly different from Lichborn Mordred. I was a little bit hungry this morning. I did a little bit of extra spice. So I picked up Hot Stuff Poseidon and put it on my breakfast.
Look at that guy.
And it was so good.
Look at that guy.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that being the Kraken. Oh my gosh.
It's great. So I love the food skins. It's one of my favorite lines. And then the last skin that we're going to talk
one's my
about
favorite.
in the first Wandering Market is Nova Hex Amaterasu.
Wow, look at that. And look at that little kitty. Isn't that so cute? I wonder if that could be a badge. That
I
might be
wonder.
cute.
Yeah, now this is kind of in the line with the Lunar Hex Hecate skin that released a few patches ago. So, hey, we're already starting to build out those skin lines. You can match your skins in game with your teammates. I'm super excited and looking forward to it. But of course, skins aren't the only thing that are going to be in the Wandering Market collection pages. India, talk to me about the first thing that's really exciting, how we're kind of giving back to players who either are playing for free or want to invest in a premium collection. What's one of the things in the Wandering Market?
So we all know that as you progress your account XP, you, as a founder, you're getting diamonds, right? Well, we wanted to give you another area to get diamonds as well.
Exactly.
So for the first collection, we will have 100 diamonds on each page of the collection that you can use your coins to unlock.
Yes.
So that's really exciting. And then the next one that I want to talk about, if we have a graphic for it, is a global emote. We will have multiple global emotes available, but my personal favorite is a new one that we're kind of like a dev name for Teamwork Makes the Dream Work. Look at that guy. Isn't he cute?
It's great. I love the meme. It's the old meme, the handshake meme. You've got Thor and Hecate. Travis, can we do it right now?
Oh,
Reach over.
Yeah,
Teamwork's making the dream work, baby.
I feel like that was the Alex high five.
I know, right? Well, you and Pon have the iconic.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we did.
You know?
This is a true
I know, right?
This is a true beta.
Oh, true beta,
Beta,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're already in
All
beta.
right. Well, we've got even more stuff in the Wandering Market that players can look forward to. I'm excited to announce that jump stamps are coming back.
They
And they're going to
are.
be a part of the Wandering Market for people to pick up with their coins.
Yeah,
And
and we, I just want to kind of maybe a little spoilery.
Okay.
But with that hot sauce Poseidon, there is also going to be a jump stamp related to it.
There we go.
So that's going to be really, really fun.
All right, I have down the list here. Tokens, India. I know you wanted to talk about some of the new tokens that are going to be a part of the Wandering Market. Ascension Pass tokens. What are
Yes.
those?
Oh my gosh. So just like we have God tokens that, again, for free players, they can earn on the account level. Every level you get a God token. Founders getting diamonds instead, which is a pretty good deal. But for Ascension Pass tokens, these work essentially the same way. For each God that you don't already have unlocked, you can use an Ascension Pass token to purchase their Ascension Pass. So that gives you access to all the free and premium masteries for that character. So this allows you some agency of being able to pick and choose who you would like to ascend.
Yeah. All right, and then the last thing on the list, we're excited to announce that one thing we know players have been loving in the Ascension Passes are advanced trackers. We're excited to announce that we're going to be making even more advanced trackers for gods that are going to be available in the Wandering Market. And we actually have a mock-up of a current page in the Wandering Market. That way we can show it off, kind of what players will expect whenever they enter the Wandering Market. So this is the kind of state if a player was in the Wandering Market, purchased the premium version, and then progressed all the way to unlock page 3.
Yep. So here we have the display. So this player, if we're looking at this, has finished or has unlocked enough to get to page 3. So one of the things I did want to touch on is that you do have to have a cumulative amount of coins that you spend in the market to be able to unlock each page.
Yes.
Once you have enough coins, you can purchase anything on that page, right there. And if you say, oh, well, page 3 doesn't have all that much, you can still continue to make purchases on page 2, and it will start unlocking for page 4.
Yes.
So we really wanted to give you agency on all of this. This player also is premium, so they have access to be able to get all of these different cosmetics. And as you can see, that Mordred tracker is going to be so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And we will have multiple trackers for the different pages as well. So I'm really looking forward to what you guys think of them, and yeah, getting to unlocking some fun stuff.
I know, right? Well, we talked a lot about the Wandering Market. Let's kind of talk about one of the things that I know players are asking about. So we know that the Wandering Market, each collection has a page that is completely free for every player to access. But for players that want to access the other 3 pages per collection, they do have to invest in the premium Wandering Market collection. So let's talk about a little bit of the pricing point for each Wandering Market collection.
Sure. So at launch, we wanted to give a little discount. So starting off, it'll be 1,300 diamonds to start, but you can also use legacy gems. So we are doing a 50-50 split for legacy gems and diamonds. So that's going to be about 650 diamonds, 650 legacy gems.
Yeah, so the initial discount is 1,300 diamonds, which is around $10-ish.
Yep.
So if you're purchasing with strictly diamonds for a Wandering Market collection, it's around $10. But if you've got legacy gems, it's $5 worth of diamonds, and then you can use your legacy gems to unlock the full Wandering Market page to get access to all 4 pages and all the rewards per page.
And remember, we have access to other systems as well that give you diamonds. So if you're a founder, make sure to use those diamonds to unlock premium as well. And you can get daily logins, which also give you diamonds.
Yes. All right.
Yeah,
So
Wandering Market is actually was inspired by all these cool games that we've seen in the last year about how they're implementing their battle passes. Helldivers 2 was amazing. I loved the agency that you had, be able to pick what you want there and unlock things that, maybe you like some things but not others, and then you open up page 3 or page 4. That was great. And then Marvel Rivals did the same thing. And they, it's like, wow, this really seems like the future of battle passes. So it just makes sense it solves a lot of problems that we had in the past with our battle passes even. And now that you can have battle passes that you can claim now and then unlock 6 months from now
Forever,
other ones and still go back and finish your first one is just going to be really cool.
I love when you're able to get into a game at a later date and still have access to some of those, past systems.
Yeah.
Because it feels bad when you are a little bit late to the party, right?
Especially with SMITE, we make so much cool stuff, right? It feels bad as a player to come in and see these amazing skins and cosmetics and not have access to them.
Exactly.
All right. Well, India, Travis, when can we expect the first Wandering Market to kind of hit the battleground in SMITE 2?
I mean, this is crazy. We are moving so fast. It's actually been just mind-blowing at what comes out week after week. I think this next one, this Wandering Market comes out in 2 weeks.
Oh,
isn't it?
Maybe. We'll see.
Is it 2 weeks from now? Yeah, is it 2? I think it is 2 weeks, right? OB2?
OB3.
OB3? So 4 weeks? All right.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Just a little bit longer.
Need a little bit more time. Just a hair more.
Right. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's 3 weeks.
There we go.
Yeah, because we're about to hit OB2,
Hey, we'll meet in the middle there.
Yeah,
right?
right, fine.
All right, well, that wraps it up for our section on the Wandering Market. We talked a lot about, some of the premium things that players can expect in SMITE 2, but we know another big point of conversation and discussion is that players want more outlets for their legacy gems, right? They're looking for ways to get those legacy gems and spend them for, the time and effort and money that they spend in SMITE 1. They want to use that in SMITE 2. So, Travis, let's talk about our plan for classic skins going forward in SMITE 2.
Yeah, classic skins, we know that we want to add the best and the favorite thing, the skins that we had in SMITE, and get them in SMITE 2. And we want to give things for people to be able to spend their legacy gems on.
Yeah.
And so we made sure that we're building a schedule that gets classic skins out on a regular cadence. We have a lot of catch up to do. We know there's a lot of favorite skins that people want in. So our plan right now, I think we have on schedule is we're doing I think 2 classic skins every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've got here my notes. At least 1 or 2 every update starting
Every
in OB3.
update, yeah. So at least two a month, potentially 4. We're going hard on classic skins. We want to get those into the game so that people have a reason to spend their legacy gems.
And I've got a list of a couple that I'm going to spoil here just
Yo,
because we
alright.
come in. So the first one of my favorites, Lord Slashington Fenrir,
Oh, I
is
love
going to
this
be
one.
coming up soon as a
Yes.
classic skin. We've got Pool Party Jingwei on the way as well. Foxy Amaterasu
That's
on the way as well.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey.
We love that one. And then last but not least, Base Cannon Neath is on the way as well as a
Yeah.
classic
Nice.
skin in Smite 2. So yeah, we're super
Fenrir
excited.
with a top hat is
There you
got to
go.
be in the game.
So cute.
So
I love
good.
it. I love it.
All right. So we went over Wandering Market. We already talked about one god. I feel like we should talk about some more gods on this show, right, guys?
Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
Right?
So-
Well, let's kind of talk about our god schedule plans after open beta. So we released OB1. It was awesome, right? But over this time, we were kind of reevaluating our calendar after we wrapped up that wave 1 of gods in Smite 2. Geb, Uller,
Yeah. Do we have the number of like what we went from to what we got to?
oh my gosh, I believe it was like 14 in the first early access alpha, all the way up to 45
Yeah.
in OB1. It was crazy.
Crazy pace.
So with our new schedule, we kind of reevaluated the calendar, and one of the goals was to make sure that we had characters and gods coming out to the game to keep players engaged on a consistent basis, right? So Travis, do you want to give the big news on what we're committed to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited. It's been amazing, the effort that we put in the last 3 months to get to where we are. But we've got so many gods in the pipeline now that we're ready to roll.
Yeah.
We're going to be releasing a new god, Migration, once a week. Every week, we're going to be releasing a new god to the game.
Yeah.
Crazy fast.
Yeah. Well, the design team, the programming team, the audio team, the animation team, VFX team, everyone's really hit their stride with this new schedule, and it's a really aggressive pace, but we can deliver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are cooking. So, Travis, you said 1 god a week. Let's talk about the next 7 gods that are going to be coming
Yay.
to Smite 2.
Go.
Let's get it, baby.
Okay.
All right, the first one, you know him, you love him. Pon, let's talk about Vulcan.
Yeah, let's talk about Vulcan. Super popular character. Everyone loves firing the meatballs, bringing up the turrets, and we got a lot of new features for him. He's actually one of the probably bigger +1 features that we've actually planned. So he has a lot of really cool stuff. So we can just, I guess, go straight into game and start talking about it. So I'm going to talk about a whole system here because the whole system is his new +1. So you get to see him in game, he looks great.
Yeah.
He is the master craftsman, and we want to showcase how good he is at crafting things with a new mod system. So if you open the store, you have god-specific inventory items, and these are all mods that you can do to upgrade your turret or your thumper, which is also in the kit.
Thumper, you say?
Thumper's back. And each of these mods they're sets of 3. So your first set, you can use at level 1. And this is essentially how you want to have access to your thumper. Because we talked a lot about how we would give people access to the thumper and the turret at the same time. And so the first one allows you to, every single time you cast the 2, it alternates between casting the turret and casting the thumper. You can also have another mod that puts it in your inventory, which allows you to have it as a consumable that you can have on demand whenever you need it. And the third one is, if you like classic Vulcan and you just don't want to play with the thumper, you don't have to. There's an efficiency mod that says you don't have a thumper, so we're going to augment other parts of your kit. And you'll see as a trend as we continue down this with all the different mods, we want to make sure that each of these playstyles is respected. If you like that classic Vulcan without the thumper, you can still play that and you get some cool bonuses. Or if you want to start playing with the turrets, you have a lot of really cool stuff to do. So just quickly going through each of them. So the first set is is how you want to bring out the thumper, or if you want the thumper at all. And if you don't pick the thumper, I believe it is you get passive 10 CDR in addition to other effects when it's triggered. So you'll have a bonus CDR as well.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to call out, it's easier for us to show off in this environment.
Yes.
The idea is that you will not be able to sell these once you pick them up. You're kind of locked into a path after you pick your first mod.
Yep, so at level 0, 7, and 14, you'll be able to select one of these. Once you pick it and leave the fountain, you'll be locked into it. Right now, you can sell it, but that's not intended.
Yes.
So the mod set 2, these are available at level 7. You have the Resonator mod. This is the Thumper gains 150 increased HP and applies a 10 to 30% attack speed debuff for 3 seconds. So this is you want to bring utility to your team, you want to make the Thumper more present, you can get the Resonator mod and make it more powerful. You have Shrapnel mod, which says Inferno Cannon applies additional damage over time on hit. It can hit 6 times over 3 seconds for a dot over time burn effect. So you can make your Inferno Cannon just more powerful. Or you can get the Thermal mod, which is the mod that generally if you didn't go the Thumper, you could get, or you could just get this whenever you want to. It's completely flexible. Backfire and Mega Bomb deal bonus damage. They just become strong. And then we have our final set, which is like the biggest, most game-changing mods that you get, unlocked to level 14. Again, you can pick one of these. You have the Masterwork mod. This is the Thumper gains 300 increased HP and applies a physical and magic protection buff to allies' hits. So you can drop this in teamfight and bring a whole bunch of protections to your team, which is limited utility now that we've changed a lot of the items and there's a lot less auras that provide protections. Surplus mod, you can have 2 Inferno Cannons active at once. So you can actually just drop these and cover a wide range of effects. Very cool. Lots of different plays you can do. A lot of zone control that he brings to the table. And then the final one is Seismic mod, which causes Earthshaker, his ultimate, to tremble enemies hit for 2 seconds. So you can really make that impact feel impactful, tremble everyone, get extra CC that you bring to your team. So a lot of different ways to customize Vulcan to bring out what playstyle you want. Having access to the Thumper again is a really big deal. It gives him a lot more access to different ways of clearing the wave, different ways of controlling the team fight. So we're really excited to bring him. And then obviously as you're seeing things here, this is our dev environment. We are working on making sure things feel final and super polished. So you might see some things work in progress. For example, the passive meter is something that's a work in progress in this build. Right. But you can see him doing all the things, firing off things, shooting off magma bombs, just looking really, really good. And that customization is going to give players a lot of things to try on Vulcan.
Well, and I also wanted to comment real quick. The passive meter, we really do want to make it very clear the mods that you have and exactly how it's going to be displayed. So we're really working on that to make sure that that's very clear and concise for players.
Absolutely. Well,
dude, I just love seeing the classic Thumper. I was playing back in the OG day when he had a melee attack and he had the Thumper. Very, very interesting.
I know, right?
I remember back in the old days, his ultimate was actually a big mega turret.
Yes, well. I remember that.
That's still the GCT.
That's old school.
Yeah, every time I look at the GCT, which is our internal tool to see stuff, you can see like concepts of abilities, and some of them have some stuff there. I'm like, the character did that. Really? What? But yeah, Vulcan looks really cool, and that's not even it. We're trying to. This isn't going to be a guarantee every single time. But we are trying to make an effort that when we bring a new god to the game, that we are looking at potential aspect ideas. And so for this god and the next one we're going to talk about, we actually do have aspects coming.
Yes, so Vulcan releasing the week of January 27th with an aspect.
Yes.
Ron, you want to go through what the aspect is?
Yep, so this is the aspect of fortification. And with the Thumper and his original OG kit, he was kind of this more tank disruptor. And we just want to lean into that more. So his shifts have been more into that kind of supporty guardian role. And Vulcan's passive gains being near one of your turrets grants you and the turret increased protections and health regen. So just being next to the actual turret gives you a lot of extra mitigations and ways to keep the turret alive, as well as yourself alive. Backfire and Mega Bomb have lower scaling because of that. So with all these mods, being able to place a whole bunch of turrets out, being able to drop them in the middle of team fights, and be able to be like, I'm in this zone, I'm a lot tankier, you're gonna have a hard time actually killing these turrets. It's just gonna give them a whole different team fight dynamic of ways to control like fire giants or gold fairies or lanes that people are gonna have to figure out how to deal with. So it's going to be a really interesting time. I'm super excited to see how players use Vulcan.
I know, right?
Just seeing 3 turrets out at once is nuts. He
nuts,
feels like a master craftsman.
Absolutely. Well, that is Vulcan, but we've got even more gods to talk about today. Let's talk about the next god that is going to be in Open Beta 2. Hun Batz releasing the week of February 3rd.
Yep. The Howler Monkey.
I know, right? I'm super excited to get Hun Batz. I'm just excited to see Fear No Evils hit the battleground.
Yeah, Fear No Evil is like an iconic teamfight ability. Having that in the game again is gonna change up teamfights a lot. And we have a whole bunch of stuff coming for Hun Batz to make him feel really good in Smite 2.
Yeah, he's got a lot of +1s. Before we go into game, I will call out, again, dev environment. Things are a little bit work in progress, so players may notice some VFX and things that aren't final, but we're working to get all that stuff fixed up.
Yeah, we actually had to roll back a few days, so he had more stuff already fixed, but he's in a particularly rougher state because we had to roll back a few things. So yeah, we're gonna go over Hun Batz, but again, everything's not final. When we get him actually out, he'll be really good to go.
All right, well, we are ready to go in game and look at Hun Batz in Smite 2.
Yeah, there he is, the monkey everyone loves. So Hun Batz, we wanted to give him extra tools into his kit that just let him have more skill expression, as well as lean into the fact that he is the Howler Monkey God. So the first thing is Infuse Strike. So this is his passive that after every ability, he gets a bonus attack on his next auto attack. In-hand canceling and weaving is a really integral part to his kit. So we've not only kept everything it did before, but now it also gives you a strength buff every single time you successfully do this. That actually gives you, it's stacked in strength. So if you actually use all your abilities and in-hand cancel perfectly, you're getting a pretty big strength buff. So that just rewards you for playing Hun Batz, making sure you're actually getting those auto attacks in between abilities. The second is Somersault. So as you saw Lermy jumping around, there's actually a damage area underneath him when he takes off. So he actually has a more up-down potential because he is kicking off the ground really hard. And that just gives him extra ways to like either run away from targets who are directly on top of him, threaten them a little bit more, or he can up-down to really get that extra bit of damage, which I like whenever we encourage leaps to be used aggressively like that. Yeah. So that's just a nice bonus. And then finally, Overhead Smash. He is now doing the Howler Monkey Howl. And this Howl, it applies a stacking physical protection debuff to the target in the area. So now you have a lot of additional utility and reason for that big channel time that really shreds off protections, and then you get a big payoff for the damage that you actually deal because you shredded off a ton of their protections. So he gets a lot of extra utility that he's had that just helps him have extra reasons to be in the team fight, extra reasons to do the in-hand canceling, and then some extra flexibility with how he wants to use his move. He's a character that has a pretty core good gimmick already with being able to like be teleporting around with the monkey, using the overhead smash, trying to time that correctly, the big team fight with everyone, and we can show it off here.
There we go.
It looks really cool. I like the ground effect that we have there. That looks really, really neat. And I believe, this isn't in the notes, but I believe you can teleport while overhead smashing.
Oh, nice.
So you can actually do that as well, which gives him more
PonPon
application.
with the tech. There you go.
Yes. We thought this was something. This is something that when we first implemented him, we thought was like, oh, this feels a little bit almost like a bug interaction. But after playing with it, we're like, no, this is cool. So now you have that extra flexibility of also being able to kind of cache that charge, the overhead smash like build up time, and then teleport directly under your target and hit them. So just a lot of really cool extra tech for him as well.
Awesome. Well, those are the +1s for Hun Batz, but Hun Batz also launching with an aspect.
Yes, and so similar to Vulcan, we want to shift him more towards that kind of support, maybe even solo lane a little bit, depending on if he wants to be a bit more bruisery. The aspect of disruption. So the first thing is Infuse Strike slows gods hit by them. So this passive, the auto attack that you're constantly doing, the in-hand cancel weaving, that will actually slow targets. So you can be really sticky onto the target. You do lose the strength buff, so that's the trade-off with this aspect. The second is that Overhead Smash stuns gods that are hit. So now you have extra utility, and again, we're in a dev environment. I'm not sure if we actually have access to this, but Overhead Smash stuns gods hit by it, but it deals reduced damage. So the fact that he can actually stun out a lot of like channels in the solo lane, or that overhead smash could do a big stun on a team fight, gives him a lot of potential support utility, a lot of potential solo lane potential that he hasn't had before. So we're excited to see how that aspect plays with him, and we're really enjoying seeing these trade-offs that characters get. We've seen a lot in the tournament. We've seen like a lot of people choosing to have them on or choosing not to have them on. They just feel like they're in a really good spot of adding different just options to play.
I know, even watching the games this weekend, it's been really awesome to see when characters pick up aspects, when they don't. When you accidentally lock in an aspect and decide to just run with it and win the game anyway. Shout outs to Lasbra. It's been really cool to see. So I'm so excited that we're continuing to expand on the system. And it's super awesome to have two gods releasing in an update, both with aspects.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's talk about...
Also, just a reminder, that is something that we're trying to do when it makes sense, but it's something that some gods might not ship with an aspect when they launch. But we do want to try and be aggressive with getting these aspects in because we want to make sure that we're keeping up with our god pace and we don't fall behind on aspects. They're a really cool feature. We want people to have things to experiment with, so we're trying to get them in as fast as we can.
All right. Well, speaking of keeping up with our god pace, let's go ahead and start talking about a few of the next gods that are going to be coming after Vulcan and Hun Batz. Now, we're not going to go in game because a lot of these characters, with them being a little bit farther out, aren't quite ready to show off, but we are excited to announce and talk about the next few gods that are coming to the Battleground. So releasing the week of February 10th, we have Rama joining the Battleground.
The MLG SMITE Pro god.
Your tried and true stem hunter.
Yep. It's good to have a tried and true stem hunter back who really just focuses on landing the auto attacks. The snipe is so iconic that like having it back in the game is going to feel really, really good. And again, we're not going to go super deep into these characters, but he's definitely his +1s are kind of focused more around making sure that the management of those astral arrows. He has a little bit extra flexibility. He's one of those characters though that he really is well designed for what he's really doing. There's not too much to do to like give him completely new things, and we wouldn't want to necessarily disrupt what he does right now by giving him new things. So we're really focused on quality of life improvements, and as well as bonus things that we can do with various things around Astral Riders.
All right, next up, Pon, I feel like I have to throw to you for this one again.
Yes.
Releasing the week of February 17th, we have Achilles.
Yeah, this is the first god I ever worked on, actually. This is the first god I got to do. So it's cool to see him back into the game.
Nice.
He's just the pretty boy.
So dreamy.
Yeah.
The execute resets are always really good highlight clips. I love them. And so for him, again, we're not going to go super into detail, but he has a little bit more in-depth choice about what armor he wants to wear, whether he's wearing the armor or not, and it impacts his playstyle a little bit more than you're used to.
Yeah. All right, next up, that wraps it up for the Wave 2 guys that we talked about last month during our series of Titan Talks. Let's talk about some gods we haven't talked about yet. We've got first up, releasing the week of February 24th, Artemis is joining the Battleground of the Gods in SMITE 2. We're so excited about it.
It's really important because we're bringing Tusky. Yeah, Tusky's the
Tusky's
highlight.
coming along with Artemis.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Tusky's
Artemis,
the
but
Can't
Tusky.
forget Tusky.
You'll also
Yeah.
see a theme with the next character we're talking about. There's
Oh, yeah. Speaking of, let's go ahead and get right into it. Releasing the week of March 3rd, Awilish.
Yes.
Awilish coming to SMITE 2 as well.
with Suku.
She's one of those characters that I'm really excited to see how the meta shakes up when she gets added. Got a lot of leaps and stuff in SMITE 2. Leaps feeling really strong with the CC buffering changes, so having Awilish coming into the game to counter those leaps
Punish
is gonna be
time.
really cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna round out a lot of small gaps that haven't quite been filled yet in SMITE 2 with these upcoming gods.
Yeah. All right. I feel like it's time.
Yes.
We've got a special announcement. We're on the train of one god a week. We've talked about a lot of ported gods, but it wouldn't be SMITE 2 without all new gods, right, Travis?
Yes. Now this one's probably one of the least kept secrets.
Yeah.
I think I've heard almost everyone guess who this god is going to be, but the next new god being introduced in SMITE 2 is going to be Bari.
Princess Bari coming to SMITE 2. Our first ever between SMITE 1 and SMITE 2 Korean Pantheon gods joining the Battleground. Super excited. Pon, you want to give us not the whole kit, just a little, just give us a little little teaser.
God's active in development, so obviously things can shift. So I don't want to lock us in too hard into one direction. But she is a very unique carry. Her goal is to be a carry character. And her ultimate is one of these ultimates that really drastically alters the team fight in a way that no other ultimate really does. So that's all I'm going to spoil.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say.
Well, let me add to that. It's interesting as we start to add these new gods.
Yeah.
I think historically so far, I've said that ultimate, I hate it. I think every time I've said I hate it, and the team then like whatever it is, they just like keep working and working magic, and we end up with Aladdin ultimates.
Yeah.
Right?
Every day I had a different version of Aladdin's ultimates rules.
Exactly. And Bari is so strong, I absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate it. And I think I've said that every single playtest. And I know we're going to get to some amazing plays. And I love this process where it's like, now it just challenges the team to kind of come up with some new iteration of that to make it amazing.
Yeah, and we have the
It's
tools
been
now to
great.
go like really fast. Again, because
Yeah.
Aladdin, internally we had a lot of like, how does this 1v1 work? And being able to like come back every single day with a new rule set to try that worked, and we were able to play test really, really, really fast. That's just something that we never really had the option of in SMITE 1. So having that in SMITE 2, we get to like try these really cool things, and then when they fall flat on their face because it's the first round, that's the development process. We can really rapidly try things, and it's been really cool to see the progress that Bari has made internally. So I'm super excited. I think that will be cool.
I know. Well, let's take a little bit of a closer look at Bari. We've got some full concept art to show off. She's looking absolutely amazing. Really unique visual silhouette.
Yes.
Again, an all-new Pantheon. I love bringing in the new cultures into the game. She just looks really, really great.
Yeah, I believe she has a lot of the shamanistic garb. The bells are really important. The colors are really important.
Colors are beautiful.
The fans are really important. So a lot of different aspects there that are just really cool to show off.
Yep. And then we've also got a 3D render to show off her model in game. Oh,
hey! Oh no!
That's not the 3D
That was
model.
not
Kilgoon.
That
He's
is
not
not
here, but
what Bari is going to look like.
Yeah,
I'm sorry about that.
There we go.
There we go.
She looks absolutely stunning. Again, Unreal Engine 5. The textures look great. the medals, the shine.
Yeah, it all looks fantastic.
She looks amazing.
Yeah. They're so vibrant. The colors are so vibrant.
I know. She looks great. Well, again, you can expect Bari to release the week of March 10th, a little bit later on this year. So we talked about the next 7, 8 gods coming every week. I feel like we should kind of talk about some more. I feel like spoiling some stuff.
Yeah, let's
today.
spoil.
Let's go.
So I'll preface this. These are not in any particular order. These are not the next set of gods coming immediately after Bari, but it wouldn't be a show without some spoilers. So we thought it would be cool for each one of us to talk about another god coming to Smite 2 in 2025 at some point. So I'm going to pass it along to Pon.
Yep.
Pon, who are you excited for in Smite 2 in 2025?
I am excited for King Arthur.
There we go.
He was one of the more challenging gods I ever got to work on. He has a very different playstyle than other characters in the game. I'm excited to actually be able to bring him to Smite 2 and work on what his +1s could be.
All right. India, how about you? Who are you excited for?
Well, I love me some hounds, so I'm really excited for Scylla.
Scylla coming to Smite 2 this
Deep,
year.
let's go!
Yep.
I just heard Lermy yell with excitement. All right, Travis, how about you? Who are you excited for?
Well, I find myself getting in trouble all the time, and I just feed constantly.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward mostly to Mercury.
There we go.
We're going
Gotta
to be
go
adding
fast.
Mercury. That'll allow me to get into the fight quicker and die faster.
Yeah.
So
It's optimal play.
yeah, optimal play.
It's tactical fleeting. That's
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah, my favorite punchy boy for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, me personally, I'm super excited to get another OG into Smite 2. Apollo coming to Smite 2 this year as well. I'm super excited to just get that chariot going, flying around in the sky. And
Yeah, that chariot's gonna look gorgeous.
Yeah.
All right, and then we kind of teased it. Kilgun couldn't be with us, unfortunately, today, but he had to get in on some of the action as well. He is here to announce another god coming to Smite 2, so let's go ahead and throw to a video.
Hey everybody, sorry I couldn't be there this year at the Vegas Founder Series tournament, but I'm back here in Atlanta with a very special announcement. One of the gods that will be coming to Smite 2 in 2025 is my personal favorite god, Sylvanas. That's right. I know I led a lot of people to think he wouldn't be coming for a very long time, but we were able to get him on the calendar for next year, and I'm excited to see what the +1s end up being for Sylvanas in Smite 2. Thank you all so much for watching this show, for tuning in to Titan Talk. I'll see you on Titan Talk again soon when I'm back from having my baby. And I'm sorry I didn't get to meet you all in person this year in Vegas, but hopefully I'll see you next year. So thank you all. Have a great day.
Super excited for Sylvanas. I know a lot of community members saw that interview Kilgun gave a little bit earlier in the year, and they're like, no, we love Sylvanas. We need him. So we're super excited to be able to get him on the calendar.
Yeah.
this year.
Sorry Alex couldn't be here, honestly. You know, I mean, he just likes to have all his babies in
Yes.
January. So, yeah. So he just keeps having, like, hopefully next year, you know, maybe he's not having a baby.
Right.
We'll see.
All right, well, we talked about the plan until at least August this year, one god a week, but we do kind of want to break it down and let players know what the kind of cadence for all new gods versus ported gods is going to be. So the idea is for every 8 weeks, there will be 7 weeks of ported gods from Smite 1, making it to Smite 2, with week 8 being an all-new god release coming to the game.
Yeah, that schedule. It's a lot.
We're doing it.
We're doing it.
Holy, that's a lot of work, guys.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
We
work.
gotta get back to the office.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? But hey,
I'll parsec it.
there we
Hey,
go.
you know what? Week 16. So week 8 is Bari.
Mhm.
Week 16. I feel like we should spoil something else.
Oh my gosh, Travis, this is unscripted.
Yeah, this
You're
is
going off the
actually
cuff.
unscripted.
Going off script. It's not on the run of show. That god's name starts with an H.
All
There
right,
you go.
that's all you were gonna give him.
All right, that's it.
That's it.
I feel like the team
Figure it
Travis,
out.
stop! No, don't do it.
Figure it out.
Yeah, I was just ready for him to say the name.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, we don't do
This
that.
is more fun. We'll see what they come up with.
Cool. All right. Well, we talked a lot about gods. We talked about the wandering market. Travis, I want to talk to you and throw it to you because we've got a lot of other stuff that is coming to the battleground. You're working on a lot of quality of life stuff. So we just want to run through and talk about some of the things that the team is working on outside of god releases and cosmetics and stuff like that.
Yeah. Let me just pull up my notes here. When I was making these notes, it was crazy because all of this stuff is scheduled to come before May.
Yeah. I'm
excited to see how that's going to come together because this is a lot of work. So after the wandering market, We're going to be adding boosters to the game. We know we're missing those. We want to get those
their
into the game.
worshiper boosters. Yep.
Yeah, making Ascension passes easier to achieve. We're going to do a phase 2 pass on the cast settings per god, per ability. It's possible for you to set those inside of the game, but we want to take that out of the game. Obviously, let you do that in the settings where you pick a god and then change the cast settings per ability in the settings. Some obvious things that we want to do there. We want to improve damage numbers. I'm a little bit triggered even watching Normie play in game, where you couldn't even see the damage numbers because they were coming up behind health bars, or the damage numbers weren't visible enough. We have a lot of work to do there.
Yep.
So that's going to be something we want to improve. Loadouts in general, like profiles, as we earn these cosmetics, it's becoming really difficult to equip them. Maybe you don't know which god you're going to play, right? And next game you play a new god and you're like, well, I wanted my frame effects on there, but I didn't configure it. We're going to do some work to make it easier for players to equip all on loadouts at the profile level, making sure that they can get their cosmetics in their frames and their loading screens in the game a lot easier. So we're working on that. Some really cool things I know people are looking forward to. HUD editor. Yep. It's active. We are going to improve on that, and we're going to continue to work on that, letting people move the things around. I know there's immediately some things that I will want to do once we get the HUD editor in the game. So I'm excited that we're working on that. Again, all these are before May. God builder.
Yep.
We know we want to let people do their own custom builds. I think the front end is great, where you get to pick like, oh, I want to do full tank, but we want to give people more agency and let them build their own stuff. So we're working on God builder. We have a lot of work to do on social and party features.
Yeah.
Our lead engineer back in Alpharetta, he is so passionate about improving those systems. And even today, yesterday when we were playing custom matches, we had difficulty even creating custom matches because we couldn't search for players correctly. We couldn't see the game modes. We have a lot of work to do on inviting friends and making sure that we show online statuses. A ton of work that we need to work on. All of this, by the way, is really just because we put a lot of our focus on in-game, making the in-game play experience be our priority for the last 3 months. Now it's time to go outside the game and give that some love and make sure that people are getting onboarded and feeling good about their experience before they even get into the match.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I know, right? I was going to say, anything like else on your list, Travis? You had a lot.
No, that's pretty much it. But as we've been sitting here thinking, I've been thinking maybe we should just bring Cabrakan live now.
Can we do that?
Do you think we should do it?
Can we?
Maybe.
Just make Cabrakan. I mean, I can send Kabir a text now.
I mean, text him and see what he says.
I can hear the audience cheering for it.
We have power, right?
All right.
Dude,
well,
do it.
I'm gonna send a message to Kabir.
Good luck, Kabir.
Right? Yeah. Shout out to Kabir watching from home.
Yeah, Kabir's been doing so much stuff on the back end. He's been keeping the whole release schedule together. He's been doing a ton of work. So shout out to Kabir. Sorry that Travis is sending you a curveball.
He said we can go ahead and do it as long as we say release the Cabrakan.
Release the Cabrakan!
Release the Cabrakan! Let's go!
Yeah.
All right, let's send it. Yep.
All right, so
done.
Looks like the deed is done. Hit you back? We're good?
Yeah. I think because this is in the live build, it'll take a couple minutes to pick up, but I think it'll even be playable at the stations at the front of the arena.
There we go.
Nice.
Hey, Cabrakan live now in SMITE 2.
That's crazy.
Let's go.
All right.
That's crazy that we can do that.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
All right.
We're living in the future.
Yes.
It's amazing.
I know. It is so awesome. Well, folks, we are towards the end of the show. Is there anything else you want to call out before we get ready for grand finals here in just a little bit?
No. I mean, I think I'm just ready to go watch some games.
There we go.
I mean, we saw yesterday a crazy set, and I'm expecting.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I'm expecting even crazier stuff. Please let Aladdin through.
Yes, please.
One
we need
game.
Aladdin.
One game.
Manifesting Aladdin. Let's go.
One game. That's it.
Travis, what about you? Anything else you want to sign off with before we go?
Nah, this experience has been great. I mean, this arena has been largely
electric.
It's just been fun to see. I'm excited about these two teams again. We're gonna get to see them again. Yesterday was crazy.
Yeah.
Today, I mean, do we see 5 games? do we see
5Ms, 5 games?
5
Let's
M's,
go.
5 games, and then do we see the final, the best of
Yeah,
one?
the bracket
my
reset.
gosh.
Oh, man.
I'm excited. I can't wait. These are two great teams, and it's I'm excited.
All right,
Let's
Andrea,
go.
how about you? Anything else you want to sign off with?
Oh, I've been so happy to be here, excited to be on the panel, and can't wait to see who wins.
I know, right? Well, everyone here in the arena, chat, everyone watching from home, thank you so much for tuning in to our little special edition of Titan Talk. We hope you are all super excited about what we've got in store for SMITE 2 in 2025. Cabrakan live now, apparently, in game. If you want to get a quick game in before grand finals start here, we've got Team Risk versus Team Name, but with 5Ms at 12:30 Pacific, 3:30 Eastern. We're going to be right back after the break. Go grab your snacks, grab your drinks, and we'll see you all in the battleground.